we had 2 sites that were stalled and we couldn't implement or build out those new homes.
The impacts on your financial viability can be quite crushing.
This is the largest deployment of Greenshank's drainage ditch methodology, and it really goes to show how effective it can be when it's deployed at scale.
In December 2019, Natural England's advice was published to establish that there was high levels of nitrates and phosphates present in the River Stour catchment area, affecting the Stodmarsh Nature Reserve. As a result, there was an immediate moratorium placed on development within the catchment for any overnight accommodation. As a developer in the River Stour catchment, the problem we faced was we owned 2 development sites that were caught by the nutrient issue. We had a planning permission and we couldn't implement or build out those new homes, and we knew many other developers in the area that had the same problem. So we set out to work with the team at Greenshank to try and resolve the issue for the catchment. I chose to work with Greenshank because they've been pioneering in the enhancement of the drainage ditch process to deliver nutrient mitigation. Gabriel's work and the framework published by Natural England were evidential proof that they were the right team to work with, and we've been working together now for the best part of a year, and I couldn't wish for a better team.
The nutrient issue in the Stodmarsh Lakes habitat has been caused by an overloading of both nitrogen and phosphorus. In terms of how this affects the water, so the nitrogen and the phosphorus essentially create more algae. This removes the oxygen from the water and means that marine species die. This scheme will reduce nutrient loading by increasing the hydraulic residence time for the water. This effectively allows natural processes to kick off, so phosphorus is removed as sediment and the nitrogen cycle is given more time to happen. The methodology used for this scheme has been signed off by Natural England. Gabriel van Oostenrijk actually wrote this methodology for Natural England. This location is ideal because it's surrounded by an awful lot of very intensive farming, and so there's an awful lot of additional nutrients being put into the water system.
The only impact we have is that we take an 8 to 10 metre buffer strip either side of the ditch for us to enhance. Other than that, the farmland itself can remain in production, producing wheat or cereals as it currently does. We're talking about the removal of hundreds of tonnes of phosphate from the River Stour and ultimately the Stodmarsh Nature Reserve, and thousands of kilos of nitrates doing the same.
This scheme is really exciting because it's the first drainage ditch scheme which has been done at strategic scale, and it means we can deliver 3,500 to 5,000 houses worth of mitigation. Being able to do that on such a small area of land is frankly fantastic.
A strong legal foundation was essential for this scheme because nutrient credits are an unregistered form of natural capital. Developers can be confident because the scheme is secured by Conservation Covenant, which means that all of the obligations in the Conservation Covenant are enforced by a responsible body. The Conservation Covenant creates a register, which means that every single sale that is recorded and allocates these credits is exclusively allocated to a specific development. Natural England's Discretionary Advice Service confirms that these works are fit for purpose, and they also confirm that the Conservation Covenant is an appropriate mechanism to secure those units. If you're looking at certain types of residential development or a development which is going to increase nutrient impacts, you should really start thinking about your approach to mitigation before you even launch your planning application. What you don't want to happen is get to a position where you get committee sign-off or you get a planning application that's been provided, and then you realize that the credits that you need aren't available. The unforeseen impacts on your financial viability can be quite crushing.
This scheme will unlock much needed housing in the River Stour catchment, something that's been on stop for nearly 5 years.
I'd really like to see the drainage ditch solution applied not just for nutrient neutrality, but using other regulatory drivers and also just as a general ditch enhancement that could be deployed across every single drainage ditch in the country.